How's it going, guys? So, big change of plans. I'm now playing on a Pathfinder. So, when I woke up, I was looking at the SSF ladder, and I scrolled down. I realized, okay, Deadeye's already level 100. There's no way I catch Grisig. He's going to level to 100. And I scrolled down, I'm like, there's no Pathfinder in the top 50. So then I decided, okay, let's look. Pathfinder. So the top Pathfinders are level 96. That is achievable, I thought. Okay, so now I guess my plan is to try and get rank 1 Pathfinder in SSF. So, I've never played a Pathfinder before. Ever. So my first thing I was doing is like, okay, I'm going to look at this ascendancy tree. And then the thing that jumped out to me is like, well, what are other people playing? Other people are playing Poisonous Concoction. Like, I've never played that. That'd be a new thing. I don't know if I could level that to 100 easily. But what caught my eye was this. Gain 15% of physical damage as extra damage of a random element. And that damage penetrates resistances. I'm thinking, I could probably, like, use Seismic Trap and Explosive Trap and gain the benefits from Veteran Bower. And yeah, I could do that. I know how to play trap builds right now. So, let's try to make that work. So, I then, like, okay, I used the regrets that I farmed up, and I decided, okay, I'm going to go run normal lab to change my ascendancy. So, in running normal lab, in the chest at the end, it dropped me a coated shrapnel, which gives traps and mines additional physical damage per passive allocated in its radius. It also gives a chance to poison, so I could play Poison Seismic Trap, but I've done that before on a Trickster. So I was like, I really just want the fizz damage, right? So then I go back to the Blood Aqueducts, because that's where I left off. And then in the Blood Aqueducts, I used my Sentinel right in the beginning of it, and a unique item reward showed up. What did that unique item give me? None other than Death Rush. So I'm just like, okay, this game is telling me we want you to do this. So it's like, great, fantastic. So now I got Onslaught. Let's go. So, I found out that Explosive Trap kind of sucks for clearing, honestly. It's great early game. I did not like how it was clearing once we started getting faster with things. So I was recommended to try out Purifying Flame Traps. Because they're physical, right? They create lots of concentrated ground. That's 50% reduced effective curses on you. And it gives you life regen. Pretty nice, not gonna lie. So with my current Quicksilver Flask, I have 100% reduced effective curses on me. That's huge. So, I mean, there's also a lot of other buffs that come from Pathfinder with regard to flasks. Like, all of my flasks are going to gain charges, reduced elemental damage taken. I can remove elemental ailments with flasks, and I get this chance to freeze, shock, and ignite during any flask effect. So since I'm converting physical into damage of each element, and I get chance to freeze, shock, ignite, that means that the Purifying Flame can now do damage of all the different element types. It can freeze, it can shock, it can ignite, and yeah, it shatters stuff. It's pretty awesome. And I'm running auras that are Clarity, Grace, Herald of Ash, and Hatred. So that's physical as extra cold. I got physical as extra fire there. And I really want to lean into the physical as extra to try and make this work. So, Purifying Flame kind of solved a lot of issues. Now, when I was farming in Chamber of Sins yesterday to see what I could get with Sentinel rewards, I got this scepter that has fractured plus 1 level of all physical spell skill gems. So I used the one Screaming Essence of Woe I had, slapped 66 increased spell damage on this. Great. Fantastic. So I got a good weapon, and when I was leveling in my first shop, I found this shield that had plus level all physical spell gems. So I've got 2 additional gem levels on everything, and since I didn't level with this, these are a little bit behind in levels, though I've leveled a bit. I'm up to 77 in maps. But yeah, I'm running with Purifying Flame in a pair of Deerstalkers, and once I get a 5-link chest, I'll probably get rid of these boots. But that gives me... It's linked with added fire damage, trap and mine damage, and cluster traps. And then it's linked with a level 11 trap because of the boots. And my Seismic trap is linked with trap and mine damage, added fire damage, and advanced traps. So this really lowers the cooldown on them. So I just threw down 4, and I already got another one back. And so this cooldown refreshes really quickly. And if I need to kill any tanky rare or something, I can do that. So let's find a map here. You know what? Let's do this one. Monsters are possessed. Yeah. T6 map. Let's go. Maven shows up too. So Purifying Flame Traps have actually started to feel really good once I started getting them leveled. Then I've got an Elemental Weakness. I want to use Elemental Weakness since I'm using damage of all different element types. And like that was a Rogue Exile, a T6 map on a level 17 Purifying Flame. Not too shabby. Like, I was able to take that out. Here's a magic pack. Yeah, shattering stuff. And I haven't used the Seismic trap at all yet. So when I find things that are really nasty, or especially when I'm using this Stalker's Sentinel, it gets kind of gnarly. We've got a ghosted boss in here. So on top of the Elemental Weakness, I'm also using Poacher's Mark. Poacher's Mark gives me another bit of increased flat physical damage to hits against cursed enemies. So that's really nice. None of its other effects really benefit me in any way, but it is nice to get that extra flat damage, and it's even better because Purifying Flame has a 300% effectiveness of added damage. That's pretty nuts. So let's do boss. Throw some traps down. Oh wow, you got speed. Alright, curse. Get it with the mark. The mark will stay. Let's throw down some of the seismic traps. And then I don't have to reapply the mark. I have to cast the curse every little bit of time. But at this early level, this is actually working. And this is definitely possible. Because I could definitely get better gear and whatnot. We're cruising at this point. So let's drop the Sentinel and see how this goes. Still just clearing stuff. And if I need to, like, my Seismic Trap refreshes so quickly that I can just use that. And get these stalkers, and yeah, this can only get better. I need to farm some more essences to try and craft something better on this scepter. But since it's only item level 57, that's pretty much going to be the only way I can really craft it. Ah, what was that? Just exile? Get out of here. Yeah, I really just kind of pulled this build out of nothing. I looked at Pathfinder, saw Physics Extra, I'm like, yeah, we can do that. Sure. And here we are. Doing something completely, like I've never seen anybody else do something like this. At least on a Pathfinder anyways. People played, like, conversion fire traps into, like, fire and cold and whatnot, but Pathfinder? Let's go. I'm excited. So hopefully this turns out well. Hopefully I'll be able to level nicely with it. Need to figure, like, rework in a whole new build, but should be pretty simple, as I've just played a lot of trap builds recently, and I'm really liking the fact that this thing can freeze stuff. So if we keep pushing the damage enough, like, this is just going to be fantastic. Though I'm going to have to re-roll the chance to avoid ailments mods on things. And then one of my main goals, like, I don't know if Deerstalker is what I keep. Like, maybe my 6th link is for the Seismic trap, and then we just have the Purifying Flame and Deerstalkers to clear. But I did get a pair of boots that, when I ran a lab, I don't know where they are. Yeah, here are my boots. So I have these boots that I enchanted with damage penetrates 8% of enemy elemental resistance if you haven't killed recently. So this means I'll get an extra elemental penetration, provided I haven't killed anything with Frostblink recently. So trap kills don't count as you killing them, so that's an extra penetration. That's the ideal boots enchant, but that is also like the rarest enchant to get. And since I already got it from Merc Lab, I don't know that I'm going to see it any other time soon. So if anything like other crazy happens with the build, I'll update it before I upload. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Something new. Not a 4th fire trap build. Let's go. Alright, I just found a mana siphoner somewhere over here. Got changed to be more visually apparent and a smaller ring. So that's what this now looks like. I can't tell if that's much smaller. Maybe I rolled AoE on this map. Look. No. Seems to be about the same size to me. Could be wrong. But yeah, it's a rough ability to counter. Okay, so it's made smaller, so it's just a ring. You can get inside of it. Okay, that is a big change. That's very cool. I'm a fan of that. And there's a 5 link that's potentially usable. You know. Reach a good stopping point. Need to clean out my dump tabs. I got 3 of them. And see if I can get some gear upgrades. Like, these gloves are pretty terrible. And I do have a couple 5 links that I could try to like work in. We'll see what I come up with, and then afterwards run this Maven's Invitation and Uber Lab. Alright, here's the stuff that I pulled out of those 3 quad tabs. Now, I haven't been able to do this in a while because I haven't done SSF in a while. So I normally will store any of the special stuff that I find during the day in my show and tell tab. And then at the end of the video, we'll go through it. Part of it's to kind of give you a perspective into my like process of progressing through SSF, and then like as things go on, like what gets put in here won't be 5 links, of course, because that'll be less special. Like I got my first Fertile Catalyst, that's really cool. Leaks start later on, it won't be. But yeah, let's look what we got. Got a nice Astral Plate, double life roll, good fire res, open suffix. It's cool. Stuff like this, and this helmet, it's got life and ES, some life regen, open suffix. I'm probably not going to use this one because I got something else. And we'll just, like, I'll store this stuff in like an extra gear tab, and maybe these would be one of the pieces at another point in time that completes a character. So here, I've got another +1 Fizz Spell Gems wand. This one with spell damage over time. Like, the suffixes aren't great, essentially. So, I don't know if this one's salvageable. This here, I can just re-roll it anytime I want with essences. And, like, I probably want to try and keep a shield unless I were to go to a staff. So, like, one of the next goals will be to take, like, a shield like this and Fizz re-roll it through Harvest Crafts to try to get +1 Fizz that's a little better than this awful shield. Okay, gloves. I have a pair of gloves. They rolled high cold and lightning res. I can craft life on those. They would probably be better than these gloves. So that is an upgrade. So then I have this helmet. Big life, big mana, big cold res, big lightning res. Huge. Open prefix, open suffix. A lot I can do with that. This is an upgrade. I also have this. Fractured 95 life helmet. So we're just going to see what we can do with that right now. This might be like a later on crafting project. What do I have on here? I have cold and lightning res with the new gloves. It looks like I need fire res more than anything else. So what do I got here for fire res? I get one try to put fire res on this. They rolled some extra life. Got an open suffix. I can craft something. This is probably better than the other one. This one here. So I can just craft the fire res on this. That's probably what I will do because I probably want to like re-roll this until I get spell suppression. If I can get spell suppression on the helmet slot, that's just fantastic. So we'll probably throw this helmet on. We know we need fire res, so we're gonna slap fire res on this. Boom. Okay, big helmet. Resistor looking better. Good. Next thing, belt. So I found this synthesized studded leather belt has increased flask charges gained as the implicit on it. Now this I'm definitely going to save because this is definitely unique. You craft something very specific on this, and as I'm playing a Pathfinder, there is a chance that I could get enough flask charges gained to turn the the 3 flask charges every 3 seconds. If I get 100% increased flask charges gained, that's 6 flask charges every 3 seconds. So 12 charges every 6 seconds. And maybe there's a way with like flask charge, reduced flask charges used, that I might be able to permanently keep flasks up. Or something like this. So that's something I definitely will hold on to. Will I ever do anything with it? Who knows? But it's just there. So then I got a belt with life, lightning res, on a chain belt. Got life, lightning res on a leather belt. I got life, fire res on a leather belt. This one has a T1 life roll. This one has a T2, but it's perfect implicit. So this one's got an open suffix. They both have open suffix. So we're short on fire res. Put that on there. Looks like I'm now short on strength. So do I have in here the oils? It looks like I do. Slap some beef on this. Okay, that'll solve strength for now. Didn't get any like super good ring or amulet upgrades. Well, no, I might have gotten a ring. There's a couple rings in here. We got life, fire, cold, open suffix, fire, cold, lightning, open prefix for crafted life, and then big life. This is probably going to be my target reroll at the current time. If I were to get a harvest that keeps prefixes, reroll suffixes, I'll probably try and recraft this. So maybe I can throw this ring in here. Probably want to do this one. What happens if we do that? What are we looking like now? A little bit low on lightning. So we can take this. And then hopefully I got them all. Yep, there's some lightning and chaos res. And then the belt, open suffix as well. What do we want here? Wrap throwing speed. And then these gloves need life. 68, I'll take that. And yeah, then there's a chest. So if I take this chest off, I'm losing a little bit of fire and cold. I'm a little under on cold. Maybe I take this with essences. I've got 2 cold res. Guess it can't upgrade. Since it's white, we'll go ahead and quality it. Boom, there's cold res. It rolled life. Let's try again. Also pretty bad. But I can now craft life on this. Now we're over 4k life, and now I have a 5 link. What do I throw in this? I could, if I throw in the Purifying Flame, I could link it with Trap and then get rid of these boots. And I just kind of augmented the trap throwing speed by putting it on the belt. So I'm not going to lose too much trap throwing speed by taking off Deerstalkers. Whereas, like, if I 6 or 5 link the Seismic Trap, I might have better boss damage. But at the same time, not really sure. I think I do want to get out of Deerstalkers if possible, but it is a nice 5 link. That's a tough one. I'm not quite sure. Well, let me get everything recolored and socketed and get everything thrown back in here. Actually, I've got life essences. Let's see if I can get it with this. Life int is craftable cold res. A bigger life, still craftable cold res, even better. So then we can take this and then we'll put on cold and chaos. So resists all look really good. Positive chaos res, huge. Great to like push into the upper yellow maps and red maps where I'm at. Looks good. I went ahead, I replaced the boots and put the Purifying Flame traps in the chest. Kept the Seismic Trap where it is. Put on the boots I had from earlier, so I get damage pin if I haven't killed recently. So that will give me extra damage from the elemental damage off of the traps and things. So it's not perfect yet. I don't have any conversion at all, so all I'm scaling the elemental pin off of is the Fizz's extra of things from the Herald of Ash, the Hatred, and other notes. So now I might be fine to respec this out of the resistances. 95 is still okay. And this will give me another 10% Fizz as extra of a random element. And the POB will be in the video description if you want to look at this. I'm not sold on what I have here at all yet. I'm really considering pulling this whole bottom section of the tree out to do other things with it. So it's kind of a mess at the moment. Let's do Maven's Crucible. Get this knocked out. Drop Seismic Traps. Curse and Mark. And this is T8, I believe. Yeah, 75. And it slaps pretty good. The map clear's been going great. I don't have quite enough damage to take out like Betrayal Syndicate with my Sentinel deployed on them. That kind of sucks, but I guess I would need to apply a mark to a different enemy here. Make sure I got the curses up. I get so caught up in spamming down the Purifying Flame traps a lot of times that I'll lose out on the Seismic Traps and they'll build up. There we go. Last passive point I need. Just throw in here. Now I'm fully set up for Betrayal. What I did, I got the like startup for the map drops, then got every bit of Betrayal stuff I need. Eventually I'll probably get effective leadership, but another time. My next goal is I want to get Harbingers because I want Ancient Orbs so that I can Ancient Orb a Taste of Hate. Those points will eventually get removed and put into Harvest once I can. I don't have much interest in Harvest crafting low tier gear. And then we'll push up and get all the map boss stuff. So once I get into higher tier red maps, I can get boss drops. That's where we are there. Do Uber Lab real quick. Here we go. Last phase of Zaro. I got a speed shrine too. Didn't have it for the first 2 rooms, but should be fun. Got the mark off. Can't see. There we go. What we got? Hey, that's cool. Tainted Blessing. Look at that. And more of these fragments. So yeah, it's quite possible that tomorrow I'll probably start the video off doing Atziri. If I can get a pair of the Atziri boots, that will make the spell suppression issue much simpler. And then at some point later, I guess I could run it through lab to get the enchant. Spell damage. You've taken spell damage recently. Specters. Nothing there. I did get 2 Azure oils and a verdant oil from my Sentinel. I really love this league mechanic. Way more than I've cared for any league mechanic released in like the past year. I enjoyed Ultimatum, but it was kind of a rehashing of Ritual, then like Expeditions kind of all the immunities and stuff, you really have to pay attention a lot. This, you can use it how you want it, when you want it. It's got a timer on it, but like you have control over it, unlike Delirium or something. It's just fantastic. I'm a very big fan of it. Alright, so I think I take Nature's Adrenaline here. Because if I convert Fizz to Chaos, that's not helping me. Chaos skills have increased AoE. I'm not using Chaos skills. More Chaos with attacks. I'm not doing attacks. This is when you kill poisoned enemy during any flask effect. Nearby enemies are poisoned. And a 20% chance for poison to deal 100% more damage. So this would work if I was playing poison, but I'm not because I want to do this. I think the play is take Nature's Adrenaline. Increase flask effect here. Could get more flask effect on either of these, but we'll take the movement speed. And getting that little bit of extra movement speed might be enough to like make me want to like pull out of this. Because all this is really giving me is some of my grace as extra armor at the moment. Not even running a Jade Flask or anything to really benefit from it. Don't have a cost freeze, which really makes this over the top. And I'm not gaining this Onslaught on kill. I'm getting Onslaught from the Death Rush. So it's really just some extra movement speed. It's not carrying over in any other way. So I could take that out and go across here. Getting Spell Suppression, come down here. Get the Fizz as extra Chaos. Right, and then I could convert Fizz to Cold on that, and I could get Herbalism there as well. But I think that might be a better play than all of this. So, that will come tomorrow. So I'd like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. It really helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe if you've not done so recently. If you'd like to help support my channel, you can do so by hitting the super thanks, the heart button just below the video, or by becoming a member. I really appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers.